Hey you! You're watching a clip from the DynamiteGizmo podcast. This is not the full episode, but if you want to see the full episode, make sure to click the link in the description. And remember, like, comment, subscribe. Do it now! Here's the clip. Jean Silva has a wild story. Jean Silva has a wild... Jean Silva has a wild story. Jean Silva is wild. This guy's life could have gone 100 different directions. And somehow he ended up here, headlining UFC Noche. He grew up in Foz do Iguaçu, Brazil. And honestly, his childhood was fucking brutal. He actually saw his mother get... I can't say the word. The last time I said the word on here, the video got taken down. But the R word. She got R'd by 3 guys. And then Jean Silva watched as his mother fought back and killed all 3 of them. And then she got arrested right in front of him. And if that wasn't enough, later on he saw his brother get shot and die right in front of him too. It's crazy. It's crazy. He's seen a lot of Ganupshkin. But out of all that, Jean developed this thing that ended up defining him. His bark. Okay? His brother gave him a dog when he was a kid. And for whatever reason, he just started barking like the dog. At school, at home, watching... it didn't matter. He was barking all the time. It was like a nervous tick for him. And of course, he got bullied for it. But instead of letting it ruin him, he owned it. Now the bark is his trademark. It's his way of keeping his brother's memory alive and also just straight up getting in his opponent's heads. We all thought he was crazy, but there's meaning behind the bark. He's not just being a goof, dude. And there was a time where Jean was at an absolute rock bottom. Rightfully so. Like really close to giving up. And that's when Mauricio Ruffy stepped in. Ruffy's the one who pulled him in, gave him a place to be, and eventually that turned into him joining the Fighting Nerds. And get this. Jean's even talked about this specifically himself very recently leading up to this fight. Jean almost got into a fucking altercation fist fight with Ruffy in his own house. In his living room. There was a lot of anger and pain Jean was carrying at the time, and they nearly threw down. But it didn't happen, and Ruffy turned him around, and it was a turning point for Jean Silva in his life. If it had gone another way, who knows what would have happened. But Ruffy helped him turn it around, and the rest is history, dude. And if it wasn't for Jean's wife as well, she's been a huge factor in his life. She's the one who got him into Muay Thai, gave him some balance, and helped him manage his alter ego that he calls the Lord. That's the side you see when he's walking out, barking in someone's face. That's him flipping the switch and turning into the evil persona that he so lovely portrays. He went pro in 2016, fought his way up, and got his UFC contract on the Contender Series in 2023. And since then, he's been on a tear. First round TKO in his debut, then that knockout over Charles Jourdain, then that war with Drew Dober, and of course the ninja choke against Bryce Mitchell at UFC 314 at the beginning of this year. It was iconic, dude. Now we're here. Quickly, out of nowhere, Jean Silva, undefeated in the UFC, ranked number 10 in the featherweight division, is now headlining UFC Noche against Diego Lopes. And he's the one and only fighting nerd who has yet to take a loss in the UFC. He's basically carrying the flag for the squad right now. So yeah. From all that trauma as a kid, to barking at school, to almost scrapping with Ruffy, to potentially getting to a point where he could have been homeless and maybe even dead, he turned it around. He turned pain into power, and now it's paying off. Does Jean Silva keep the undefeated streak alive against Diego Lopes this weekend? Does his story make you root for him even better, harder, stronger, faster? And if he wins this weekend, is he one fight away from a title shot, or is he next in line for a title shot? Do you think Jean Silva would skip Lerone Murphy or Movzar? I don't know, dude.